recently joined a badminton club and I thought that I have been playing very well over the years. So when I joined them, I thought that I will be doing excellent. But within a week, I realized that in spite of all my practice, all my confidence, I was nowhere because the players who were there in the group were playing exceedingly well. I had a similar feeling when I started trekking. I thought that I have done some good amount of fitness and I can really do well when I go for treks. But when I was introduced to various other trekkers during my trekking experience, I realized that I have done nothing. I felt that there's a long way to go and all my experience, my expertise, my skill sets are not worth it to reach to the pinnacle. And I doubted my capabilities. I'll give you another example. I joined a coaching program. I was introduced to my fellow coaches and I realized that they are much advanced, much knowledgeable, and I started to doubt my own capabilities. Now my question to you is, does this happen to you sometimes? If yes, then I'm sure the feelings would be that I am not that confident, I don't belong to this place, or I'm just a fake. I don't have those skill sets, those particular traits that will make me capable for a particular job role that I'm playing or I'm working in an organization. Well friends, yes, I'm talking about these symptoms are called as imposter syndrome. And research also suggests that at least 10 to 80% of the employees at workplace have this kind of feelings some or the other time. So don't worry about it because this is a very common phenomena in workplaces and also in your personal life, particularly when you enter a new arena and you start meeting people. My name is Arun Thukral. I'm a life and a leadership coach, and today I'm going to talk to you about this topic called imposter syndrome. What is it all about and how to overcome imposter syndrome, which will help you to strengthen your leadership skills, which will help to strengthen your confidence, and that is how you are going to lead a very strong, successful professional life, as well as it will impact a lot in your personal day-to-day operations. So don't go anywhere and don't forget to like and subscribe my channel and stay connected. So let's first understand what is imposter syndrome. In very simple words, imposter syndrome means the feeling of incompetence and self-doubt in spite of experience, education and accomplishments, which means you tend to work more harder, you tend to do more so that you can live up to the expectations of others and feel like that you are doing your best. But what it feels like when you are trying to do something like this, it eventually brings a feeling that you start doubting your own capabilities in spite of all the experience, skills and accomplishments on your side. You tend to judge yourself how others perceive you. And when you doubt yourself, your own competence, you tend to work harder because you always have a fear in your mind that somebody may find out what are your shortcomings and you will be short of their expectation. This kind of feeling, once it starts developing, you start building incompetence. You start failing very often because you are highly frustrated within yourself, because you are not living up to the expectations of others, because you are started comparing yourself with other set of people. If this is happening to you, it's a clear sign that you are suffering from imposter syndrome. And as I said already, that 10 to 80% of the employees in their work life, they are likely to get this kind of feeling. So in the next part, I'm going to tell you why this happens, what kind of competence that people acquire which makes them to feel having imposter syndrome. So why capable people suffer from imposter syndrome? It's because of their belief what competence means to them, and because of which they tend to do that very often, because what brought them success earlier, they want to repeat it again and again. So there are 5 reasons due to which people believe that they are competent. Number 1 is the perfectionist, which means that they feel that everything, whatever they do, has to be absolutely perfect in everything, in every step they are in. What does it mean? They are expecting something unrealistic because there is nothing called perfection. And when they try to do so, they want to avoid mistakes, they don't want to fail. And in order to do so, they tend to put very high standards, they tend to put a lot of efforts. And when they make a small mistake, they really criticize themselves internally very high and feel ashamed of. Now, if you continue to be in this practice of being a perfectionist, that's where the problem starts for imposter syndrome. The second category is called born genius. I'm sure there are a lot of people who believe that just in their early phases of their life, after reading a content or after understanding a situation, they grasp very fast and they know that how to handle a particular situation or learn a particular skill even faster. That starts building up inside them that anything in life is achievable, and just by doing some effort they will be able to achieve with ease rather than with high efforts. Now once that starts to build up, they start becoming overconfident about their achievements, and particularly when the hard time comes and when they put efforts and they are not able to reach up to their own standards, they start to feel ashamed and embarrassed about their own achievements. Once this starts setting in, they get into the imposter syndrome. The third category of competence that people build is the soloist, which means they feel that they are capable to achieve anything on their own. They also believe that they do not need help from others. They feel that they have extraordinary capabilities when they do things on their own and in a solo mode, and that's how they have achieved things in the past. Therefore, asking help will reflect inadequacies. Asking help means they feel that they are showing incompetence in front of others, and that's when this habit starts to build up over a period of time. They feel more happy about themselves rather than collaborating with other people or taking opinion and advices from other people who can really help them. So this soloist attitude also builds up the imposter syndrome in people over a period of time. The fourth competence that successful people believe is the feeling of being an expert. Before they call their work as success, they tend to go into a lot of details and information so that they have all the answers to various questions related to their work or their expertise area. And in order to fulfill that, they get into so much of details that they want to have all the answers to the potential questions and even the smallest question that is going to come. And eventually they tend to spend a lot of time so that they become subject matter expert. Till this time is fine, but the problem is when they find situations when they don't have answers to certain problems or questions coming their way, they tend to feel incompetent. They tend to feel little, and that's where they start cursing themselves, they start blaming themselves, and which brings the point of imposter syndrome once again. So if you have a feeling of an expert and when you are not living up to your own expectation, you can feel that the imposter syndrome is setting in. The fifth competence that brings imposter syndrome is the feeling of being a superhero. In this particular role of mindset of superhero, you want to be perfect in every role that you have taken in your life. Whether you are a student, whether you are a boss, whether you are a parent, whether you are a friend, whether you are a relative, you want to be an ideal person in every situation. And in order to do so, you always feel that you have to live that role 100%. And that's where you start expending your energy, extra energy in achieving perfection in that role. And in order to do so, you always have a feeling that there is a lot that can be done, there is a lot that can be improved over a period of time. And when that feeling starts to build up and you want to justify every role with equal weightage, that's where the problem of imposter syndrome starts to fill in. And if this continues, you feel dissatisfied, you feel dejected, you feel really less of yourself. So as I said, these are some of the 5 areas where competent, successful and capable people develop the belief that without these competence, they are incomplete. And in order to do so, they tend to do more of it, and that's where it becomes a never-ending game. Now I'm going to tell you the next few steps that how to overcome the imposter feelings and how you can help yourself to achieve more and be more successful. Now, how to deal with imposter syndrome. I'm sure if you are suffering from imposter syndrome, you would be working harder to do better and better your self-image so that you can lead a successful life. But there are a few strategies that can help you to do better. Number 1 is acknowledge your feelings. So whenever you are undergoing a feeling of incompetence, in spite of working harder, you are criticizing yourself very often, you are pitying your own achievement, this is where you are actually building a lot inside you. This is the time that when you start acknowledging your feelings with others, it will help you to ease up. So find out some peers, some trusted mentors, some trusted friends, relatives, even including your parents, where you can have the opportunity to share what you are going through. What are the challenges that you are facing? Once you do that, you will see that your load inside you will start reducing. You feel better because you feel connected with people. At the same time, people on the other side also share their experiences and their feeling, and due to which you feel more relaxed. So the first strategy is acknowledge your feelings and share it with trusted people will help you ease out things for you. The second step that you can do to overcome imposter syndrome is by building connections, which simply means it's an urge to do everything should be avoided. That means you need to build network with your peers, colleagues, and even unknown people whom are important in the areas of your interest. Once you are able to build connections with people, they will help you to do better. They will also let you know what your strengths are, and they will also open up with their feelings that how they are able to do the same things in difficult situations. So networking and building connections can help you to overcome the feeling of doing everything on your own by yourself. That means collaborating and bringing a total wisdom within that network to solve difficult problems. And the third strategy that can help you to overcome the imposter syndrome is stop comparing yourself to others. Well, never forget that whatever you have achieved in your life, wherever you are right now, it's because somebody has recognized talents, abilities, and skills in you. That's how you have been successful so far, which means you have the internal capability of doing things better. But the problem starts when you start comparing with others, when you see their success and highlight your own flaws. Always remember that everyone who is successful or more successful than you, there is a story behind it. They were also a knave before they became an expert. They were also like an ordinary person before they became extraordinary person. So have this feeling and find out areas where you need to do well. Whether it is building a skill, whether it is building an idea, whether it is collaborating with others, it can be anywhere in that field. But stop comparing yourself, because the moment you get into the comparison, you start looking at your shortcomings, your own flaws, and that gives a tendency of imposter syndrome. And that's what is going to happen if you continue to do so. Well, these 3 strategies, as I said, number 1 is building connections, second is stop comparing yourself with others, and the most important thing is share your feelings with others will ease out things for you to develop strategies to become more satisfied, more happy, and more focused towards what you want to achieve in your life. Well, what's the bottom line? The bottom line is that there is nothing called perfection. There is always a thing called excellence, which means if anybody says that they are perfect, they are absolutely wrong because it doesn't exist. So in simple word, instead of focusing on others' success and doubting your own capabilities, it's important to focus on what you are capable of and what kind of capabilities that you can build over a period of time, because that is what going to give you a healthy growth. I want you to look at various areas in your life where you feel that you are doing well and start building competencies over a period of time. But the bottom line says, don't aim for perfection. Don't compare yourself with others. Don't envy others' success and feel belittle about it. If you start doubting your own capabilities, you will never improve. And the second part, in case you are still not able to do so, then definitely you require the help of a coach or somebody who can mentor you to overcome these kind of feelings. Well, in the end, I can only say that if this video has helped you to identify areas where you could have done well, then I'm sure you will do well. But if you continue to doubt your own capabilities, then no one can help you. Well, my name is Arun Tukral. Once again, thank you so much for watching me. And if you have any questions, don't forget to write below in the comment section and share your thoughts with me. How did you like this topic? And any other topic in your mind that you want me to cover, I'll come back with you soon. Thanks a lot. Thanks for watching me.